What's up, guys? How's it going? Scottoria here for my second YouTube video in a while. I made my first one last week, at least the first one in like 3 months. So it's good to be back and kind of back into doing some regular YouTube content, as well as, of course, Twitch content. Where that's my bread and butter. I like most of my stuff, my content is over at Twitch. So make sure you guys hop over there and follow me at twitch.tv/Scottoria. So you can catch this action live. We actually just ended the live stream of this war, Immoral Thieves versus Clash Pub. This was an arranged war, NDL format, no Dip League format. So it was just strictly 11v11, 10v10, 9v9. Something that I feel like the Clash war community started to kind of go a little bit more toward. Yes, of course, there's CWL format. That's always going to be how it is, especially for random normal midweek spins. But NDL is fun. Kind of gives the 11s an opportunity to build their bases a little bit differently, as well as attack a little bit differently and read bases, you know, in its own sense, to have to just dip 10s all the time. So anyway, we're gonna dive into this. We got the victory, 86-83. Something I will note, we actually did something a little bit different on stream tonight, which is pretty cool. We brought back Casino Night. So a lot of you guys have been following me for a while can remember Casino Night. What we do is, on stream, we had the leadership tell me who's going to be attacking next and who they're going to be attacking. So for example, our leader would tell me, all right, so our number 2 guy will be attacking their number 2 guy in about 10 minutes. So then I show the viewers his troop comp, and then I show the viewers the enemy base. We scout it. Everyone gambles their in-chat currencies, which I use called GOATs. And they bet how many stars they think that person is going to get on that base. And then once he goes live, I close the betting pools. He executes the attack, and then we do the payout accordingly. In the future, I do plan on doing this at least once a week, every weekend during the arranged wars. And then I'm hoping to establish some sort of giveaway toward the end too, so that way you can spend the GOATs that you made, that you profit throughout the evening, and potentially win a raffle, win some gift cards, win some straight up cash. I'm not sure yet 100%. Tonight was a first trial playthrough, but just as a heads up, future wise, make sure you hop over to Twitch and give me that follow so you can catch future weekend streams and that content we're gonna start posting and putting out there. So anyway, going into this, I'm actually gonna talk a little bit about my attacks first. I got the 10v10 triple, so close to the 10v10 6-pack. The second attack I actually did live on stream. The first attack I did not. I was so salty. Anytime you get a 96% 2-star when you already had a 10v10 triple, you that close to getting that 6-pack, gosh, they just really kick yourself. And it says I only contributed one star this whole war. Gosh, man, that sucked. All right, anyway, going into the first attack. Actually, you know what? Before I show this one, let me show you the correction that had to be made on it. All right, so I think it was Smiler that did it first, because this is actually key. I know it's just, a lot of you guys are thinking to yourselves, all right, he's just spamming miners. That's not quite the case, in this, at least in this situation. The little tiny adjustments in a mass miner 10v10 make all the difference in these attacks. Yes, a little bit more on the lighter weight bases. You can just kind of spam, you generally kind of get it, especially if it's not a Golem CC. But in this case, that one adjustment makes all the difference. So as you can see, he drops his queen down here by the 7 o'clock, and that's what kind of gets him, because his king is up by the 230. I don't know why it hadn't dropped yet. Okay, there it is. All right, so he drops his king over by the 3 o'clock and his queen by the 6. Now, the reason why this was not necessarily the greatest decision, I know a lot of people would think to themselves, all right, the queen being the more OP royal here, drop her on the Inferno side. That's not really the case, because she has that range attack. Taking out things like this archer tower is going to kind of force your miners deeper into the core instead of bringing them to the left and taking out that Inferno. Whereas putting like the king there will, yes, take out the garbage, is what we want him to do on the outside of the base, and then leaving this stuff inside the base to allow the miners to path into the second Inferno and keep them spread out like that. So literally the only adjustment that needs to be done here is putting the queen up by the 3 and then the king down by the 6, and that's it. and then spam the miners out there, spread them out evenly. I went a little bit miner heavy, a little bit closer to like the 5 o'clock, and then just let them go. So I'm gonna go ahead and show you my attack on it so you guys can see. And how that performs. So I actually dropped the king a little bit farther into it too, a little bit closer to the 7, so that way it guarantees to start pulling that point defense and forces him that direction, grabbing that garbage. I'm not too worried about an army camp because miners take that out and they'll naturally funnel themselves deeper. So I went a little bit heavier, closer to the 5, forced those miners in. I did not utilize the poison yet. Notice, because it is that lower level Inferno Tower and just like a Hound Loon there, I can just go ahead and heal and do the poisons over the CC, which also clears those skellies. And I drop the rage inside the core because they're going to be going into that next Inferno Tower. I want to hurry up and get them pushed through there, and take care of those enemy royals, and then force themselves deeper into the base, drop that next heal spell, and they path toward the rear and clear it out. Yes, I actually did not quite go according to plan. I was hoping they would actually path into the Inferno a little bit quicker by keeping those 2 buildings alive. However, it still worked out. It still panned out. And we're going to go ahead and hit ×2 here. And ends up wrecking the base. So yeah, that felt pretty good. I'm not going to lie to you. as soon as that second Inferno went down and we were about at this point, I remember I had just woken up. Just woke up in the morning. I rolled over. I looked at some bases. I was like, all right, what am I going to hit real quick? Well, not real quick. Sorry, leadership. You did not hear that. I was looking at some bases. I was like, all right, I'm going to go ahead and I watched the Smiler's attack attempt like first. I was like, okay, well, if we just flip-flop royals, I think that could be a GG. So went ahead, did it, woke up, bam. Knocked it out, got that triple. Greatest feeling ever. Still, it never gets old. It never gets old getting that 10v10 triple. I'm not going to show you the 96% 2-star, mainly because I'm not trying to burn a base like that. I don't think it ended up getting 3-starred. Yeah, so it didn't end up getting 3-stars. So I'm not going to do Clash Pubbing like that, you know. They're a great group of guys. I'm not trying to just burn bases like that. So we're going to go ahead and show La La La's attack. He also ran a mass miner. I know you guys are so excited to see some miners happen. But it actually makes a difference. You know, a lot of times people just assume, hey, this dude's just throwing some miners out there and dropping some spells. It's not necessarily as easy as you think it is, or else there'd be a whole lot more 10v10 triples out there. So he actually utilizes 3 baby dragons on this comp, breaks the queen in. Take a look at this. I actually am a really big fan of how he did this too, because initially looking at this base, I thought to myself, okay, when I saw he had miners, he's just going to take out the garbage down here between the 3 o'clock, the 6 to the 9, like this, essentially kind of getting at that diagonal elongation, and then clearing out the garbage up here where the king is at. That's what I thought he would do, and then just spam the miners in there and just clear the base, because I've actually 3-star bases that look almost exactly like this by doing that. But instead, he actually breaks his queen in with some wall breakers, takes out the Inferno Tower with literally no extra troops being spent other than those wall breakers. Sui Queen here takes it out, bam, clears out the garbage with the king up by the 12, drops another baby dragon to kind of assist with that funneling, and then spams those miners in. It actually goes up against the town hall first. A lot of times whenever you run miners, you kind of want the town hall to be on the opposite end, so that way they're not up against a really high hit point building moving into an Inferno Tower. They kind of go into it at the very end, whereas this one, he goes in first, takes out that Inferno Tower early on, level 3 at that, and then drops those 2 heal spells, rages into the Tesla farm, and just absolutely wrecks face with this attack, just brutally taking this base out. We're gonna go ahead and hit ×2 here, so you can see as the attack kind of develops. He still has this heal spell and a skelly. I don't quite remember where he utilizes skelly. I think it's for cleanup. Yeah, he does. Yeah, skelly for cleanup down by the 6 o'clock, if I remember correctly. Absolutely killing it. I'm gonna go ahead and do ×2 here. Very nice hit. Like I said, a little bit of an adjustment there that I didn't quite think about. A lot of times when you think to yourselves, mass miner, that just means drop a king here, drop a queen here, and then throw those miners out there. Rage, 4 heals, bam, 2 poisons. But he kind of altered it a little bit and made it work for him. It had plenty of miners at the end, and I kind of want to see this type of attack comp being ran a little bit more often. So very nicely done. And then the last but not least attack I want to show tonight was from our very own Maple. This attack right here, guys, bear in mind, on stream, this was a 3-hour long live stream. This guy did like 4 or 5 attacks. And then within 5 minutes left of war, he had 2 Town Hall 11 hits to do. He's like, all right, I'm just going to knock out my 2 Town Hall 11 hits. And he drops an 11v11 triple at it with a bow witch attack. You guys know what I'm talking about. So it ended up being a pretty sexy hit. Let me actually go ahead and zoom in on this one so you guys can a little bit less view of my pretty face here. A little bit more view on the attack. Drops that rage in, allowing that queen to stay up a bit, not having to utilize the ward ability just yet. Forces her in. I believe he actually utilizes a jump spell initially, because the value he gets from these. Yeah, he's got the 5 wall breakers. Okay, so he does do the break entry. There's a CC up there by the 2 o'clock, as you can see, with the maxed out golem. Bowlers up by the 3 as well as the witches. So he does kind of, okay, I see. There's the wall breaker entry there at the archer tower. Look at that sliver of health left on those wall breakers, allowing those bowlers to break it in. So close to losing them. Does he actually still go through it too? He does. King targets it, opens up the hole, allowing those bowlers to go in. Nicely done. That was a save right there, especially with that Eagle artillery clearing him out. As they carve deeper into the base, he drops the jump spell, pushing those bowlers and the heroes deeper into the base. As you can see down here by the 5 o'clock, he's still got some bowlers and witches alive, clearing out that flank. And look at that, just absolutely just ripping apart the core with so many bowlers in the core. He's got the phase ability for the queen as she takes out the 2nd Inferno Tower, and at that point, you know, this base has just been spent. It's done. It's finished. Finito. That double giant bomb did have us a little bit worried, I'm not gonna lie to you. Especially phasing into it, we were like, oh man. And then we noted the healers that were still alive. Beefing up the queen again, getting her strong to take out the last of these defenses and clearing out the rest of the space. Go ahead and do ×2, but you can still see that nice triple. Ooh, ooh, nicely done, Maple. So, with that being said, appreciate you guys for tuning in. Follow me on Twitter also, Scottoria, for posts on when I'm going live, when I'm posting YouTube vids, random pictures of pumpkin patches. We carved pumpkins today. It's Halloween next week. So have a good night. Appreciate y'all tuning in. I will say we are currently recruiting still. Immoral Thieves. Oh, let me fix this real quick. Immoral Thieves are recruiting Town Hall 9 and Town Hall 10 specifically at the moment. I will have the Discord recruitment link, the server link, in the description for this video, as well as you can just see it there on the poster as well. Savage Town Hall 9s. Town 9s are just get those 6-packs regularly, as well as some beast Town Hall 10s, specifically 10v11 hitters. If you were just beast mode of 10v11 and you're a little bit shaky on the 10v10, that's all right. As long as you can pick those 11s up, you're good. 11s, you've got to be a legend. You've got to be a beast. You have to be a savage Town Hall 11, because we actually have too many at the moment. We have too many Town Hall 11s, so we're not really looking for them. But if you're just that much of a hoss, then there's always those special case scenarios. We do have 3 official streamers, me of course, my boy Rorak, and Trap God. Both of them also do some CWL coverage. I'm more focused around the Immortal War family. We've also got Shubaloo, who's going to be doing some coverage as well. So a lot of media revolving around the Immoral Thieves and its rebuild of this historical war clan. And yeah, we are aiming for Season 4 CWL and possibly some NDL action. So if you're interested in helping with this rebuild, more than welcome to apply in the recruitment server. And I hope to see you guys in the family, and I'll see you again maybe next week by my next video. You never know. Have a good night, guys.